Welcome back to the US Open at Winged Foot. Bright, hot, sunny day, and, well, the rain that was forecast so far has not reached us. So somebody's been saying their prayers, and for the first day, it's very exciting indeed. Some big names, some new names, perhaps a typical opening first day in a major event. Jockeying for position, and interesting for us old-timers to watch how they go to and forth in their battle for supremacy. Here's Trevino, who has dropped a couple of strokes in the last few holes, and he's having to conjure up all sorts of funny, miraculous shots to get back on the fairway, or attempt to, and Trevino suddenly is falling a bit to pieces.
I just wanted to talk about the shot, that was all, but that was 10 minutes ago, don't worry about it.
That was really a little bit of disaster there for Trevino. And now back to the 18th and Jim Thorpe, who played good second to the 18th, perhaps a little bit short, and caught the front ridge and screwed back down the hill some 20 feet or so. So now this is Thorpe's third shot up the green at the 18th. Down in two would be very sweet indeed. Real little pitch and run. Now, is it going to roll back for him? Might do. No. Left himself a very tricky little putt. In a long day. Started at just before midday, 12 o'clock. Getting on for 4 3/4 hours. In pretty humid conditions, although not totally unpleasant. A little bit of breeze, but nothing really too dramatic. Let's hear from Jack for an update of the situation.
Thank you very much, Peter. You were putting your finger right on what's happened in the last hour in terms of highlights or lowlights. Lee Trevino, when we last highlighted you, had taken command a little bit of the first day of this U.S. Open and was leading by 1 shot over Jim Thorpe at 4 under. But then all of a sudden, the U.S. Open came up and slapped down the Super Mex. And it began at the par 3 13th, where Lee had put it in the bunker on the left. His shot coming out looked quite good, but it never grabbed. It never held up. Went right past the hole. And that left him that putt, which he did not sink, obviously, and he made bogey there to drop 1 shot. But it was on the next hole that he really had himself some trouble. He is in a fairway bunker to the left there at the 14th hole, and coming out of that deep bunker, he put it into the rough, and from there he had to get it out on the fairway. So this is his third shot on this par 4 hole, just to the fairway. From there he put it on the green on 2 putts for a double bogey 6, and in 2 holes he had dropped quite a bit to par. Here will be his 4th shot to an elevated green. And in the space of about 12 minutes, Lee Trevino went from leading the tournament down to 1 under par, which is where he is now and having a little trouble at the time. However, one would suspect that whoever is 1 under par when evening comes to Winged Foot today will be in very good shape. So now we go back to Peter Alice and golf.
Thank you, Jack. And here at the 18th, Jim Thorpe with well, a tricky little putt. Very quick. I was watching a few players putting on this green earlier, around about 2:30. Peter Jacobson in particular had a putt not much longer than this, and the swing is quite enormous, and if you just overdo it, it's possible to go as far by as when you started. This putt, though, is for a par 4 for Jim. He's had a few dangerous moments on the back 9, but he's parred every hole. Can he do it yet again? He has to just trickle this one down the hill and use the slope, just a delicate little touch. Oh, I think he's overdone it. Oh, well overdone it.